Hello, I'm Jeremy. It's my channel, one of them. If you watched that before, you knew that. I just pinched my thumb. I cut it yesterday. I just pinched it. I think it's going to bleed again. I pinched it on my light. If I haven't posted them on Instagram yet, there's some new stuff. Someone wants that one already. I like this one. This one's called Seeing Being. The other one is called Motor Mouth. I don't always name my drawings, but those just seemed like they were wanting to be named. I don't know if this one's finished yet. So, how are you? Me, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Shadowy today. I'm only running one light. I said to heck with it. I didn't think I would be drawing today. Wasn't set up. And then I realized I was going to have some time alone. I was like, I should do a drawing video. Trying to keep up with it. Oh, my thumb really hurts. Had a lot of painful things this week. This week I was mowing the grass and I ran over a yellow jacket's nest and I got stung a bunch of times. And it wasn't terrible. Bee stings are worse, but it's just been itchy. And then I was fixing a drawer, and the drawer front has been torn off. And I was trying to get the backing separated from the drawer face, and I had a scraper trying to pry in, trying to get it started, and it slipped around, and it's kind of like a guillotine effect on my thumb. And it bled a lot. I don't know what I probably did. I don't know what I was going to say. So yeah, not the best week for injuries for me. How about you? How are your injuries this week? I did finally go to the doctor. I don't generally go to the doctor because they usually tell me that I'm fine. And so far, that's what they've told me, that I'm fine. And, I just go to appease those people who love me that are worried about my health. Had a few skin spots I needed looked at. Happens when you get old, I guess. They said that was fine. They put me on some prednisone, a steroid for my back and my leg and things that have been hurting me. Is that TMI? I'm just trying to talk about what's going on. I'm going to make some narrated videos and some not so narrated. Not so narrated. I've been creative lately, more so than I have in a while. So I'm happy about that. Apologize for drawing the border. I guess I didn't think that through. I don't always put borders on it, but sometimes I don't know. I always wanted to be a comic book artist when I grew up. So sometimes I like putting things in panels. Maybe I'll write a comic again someday. I wish that I could focus and finish a story. It seemed like when I was writing comics before, I had all the time in the world, and it doesn't seem like I have that time anymore, but I've overextended myself quite a bit. That camera is a lot farther away today, so hopefully you're hearing what I'm saying. If not, just turn the sound down. It's not important. Been working with a lot of resin. And I haven't released it yet, but I have a video about pens that I'm making or putting. I'm making resin pens, but they're ballpoint pens. I did a drawing with the pen. I'm not happy with it. I did a video. I don't know if I'm going to release it or not. That's it. I mean, it's ballpoint. Yeah, this is just, yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, see, this is more me. But that, I mean, those are both of my artworks. Maybe I should fix that in this video. Or maybe another video. Maybe I should, yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, so I'm working on the pens, and I went to the thrift store the other day, and I bought a large bag of used pens to experiment with. And so today I'm trying to make a mandrel for this homemade pen turner that I've made from a popcorn maker. Boy, when I start explaining what I'm doing, it just sounds crazy. But anything like that I do will be on my other channel, Junk Pile Matic. My water bottle just popped and scared me. Easy for you to say. I'll mix it up here. Make this forest inside the city. It's a forest city. It's not indoor. Maybe it's part of indoor. I don't know. Also, I was working on my pen mandrel, and I couldn't get it to work because basically I don't have a setup that is right to put the epoxy on the way that you're supposed to. I mean, I do, but I don't. I'm making this up as I go. Maybe I should just shut up about it. But anyway, I'm using old pens. The motor has a shaft that comes out of it, and I'm using old pins of different sizes to make connections to the new pins that I'm making, and I'll cut those off, and I'll use different links and straws to hold the pin in the turner, and the motor will turn it. And I'm trying to balance this in too. Basically, if you ever seen anyone make those epoxy cups, I'm doing that with pens. People are doing those with pens now, and I figured I'm an artist, and I make art. I should make pens too. A lot of woodworkers make their own tools. Maybe artists should make their own tools or something like that. They don't have to. I don't think that you have to. I just think that's a good exercise to know your tools. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And I thought about making pen sets. I probably said this in that other video. If I don't release it because I'm embarrassed by that artwork. Or if I do, did I say that right? I don't know. So the other thing that happened today, that I'm a little bit rattled. I don't know if you can tell. I'm not having a great time. And it seems like that's becoming a habit. I'm trying to do better. I honestly am. But anyway, my wife watches these murder mystery stuff, and they get in your head, And there's Uncle Bobby's car was found at the airport, and we couldn't find him, so we called the police, and then he was brutally murdered or whatever. Excuse me. So I had to step away from making the pen mandrel because it was frustrating me, and it wasn't working the way I wanted to. It's not even what I'm supposed to be working on. And so it's taken a lot more time, and I needed a break. I needed to do some listings on eBay the dog needed to go out, so I was like, let's go out, you know. And I've hung up a porch swing from a building outside, and it's nice and shady out there, and it was kind of nice sitting out there. So I sat out there, and I asked my wife to come out there because she was working on some vinyl decals for some of her tumblers. And I asked her to bring me my book. I was going to do some listings and read in my book, because one of my goals is to read for 15 minutes every day. And she brought me my book, and I was doing my listing, and we have a doorbell with a camera on it, one of those. And the doorbell rang, and it was the police. And it's like, oh, what is the police doing at my house? And again, because the police were just at my house this weekend too. And I don't even want to talk about that story, but nobody's in trouble or anything. So go to the door, and the police says, he asked for my wife by her name, and apparently her car, a car in her name, was abandoned at this gas station. And it's actually my son's car. So I instantly thought, oh no, here it goes. I was in fear for my son's safety. You know, the murder mysteries have gotten into my brain, and I was like, oh, this is the end. I'm never going to see my son again. So I contacted my son, and she contacted the police and the gas station where the car was abandoned at. And to make a long story short, apparently my son wanted to get some tires on his car, and he had asked them a couple of days before if he could drop the car off. Well, he in the time that he had made an appointment and wanted to get the tires, he had broken his phone, and he had to wait for a phone to come in that he ordered. And apparently he didn't talk to the people today. And honestly, their brains weren't moving very fast when we spoke to them. They were not the sharpest bulbs or the sharpest knives in the drawer, or whatever, brightest bulbs in the pack. Listen to me talk. Mama says stupid is as stupid does. So he's safe, and he's kind of pissed off, but you know, because they reported his car as being abandoned. I had to schedule some DoorDash. I figured I might as well change the camera angle while I'm at it. So my son is okay now, other than being angry. So yeah, I've been making those ballpoint pens. Not really making them, you know, it's just decorating them. But I guess it's just the same as if you said that I'm making a coffee tumbler. Are you really making a tumbler, or are you just decorating it because you put epoxy on it with a design? And I'm making little stands or little sets, trying to make them like 2 pin sets with a little holder. Excuse me. Yeah, maybe I'll put those on an Etsy store someday. If I do, I'll try to link it on one of my things. One of my things. That's very descriptive. I'm using tabletop epoxy. I can't remember what I said in the other video, so once again, if I repeat myself, I apologize. I'm an old man, or getting old. I'm working on it. I'm trying to do my best old man. You stay out of my yard, you pesky kids. I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for those kids and that pesky dog, or something like that. I've been working on some die-cast stuff, some 1/64 scale cars, you know, Hot Wheels and Matchbox and stuff. Doing some custom of those. And I'm going to try to put some of that on the Junk Pile-O-Matic page. Basically just going to try to keep the drawing and things here and everything else that I do on the other channel. Channel. I need a spokesperson. Some of my pen sets I think are going to incorporate some little cars also, because that's one of the things I love. Little cars, masters of the universe, drawing, woodworking, or being creative. I don't know if I could really call myself a woodworker, but you know, I like messing around in the garage, in the wood shop. And you know, my name is Simon, and I love to do drawings. I'm really happy with how much I've been drawing lately. Sometimes it's so hard to get to it. And lately it's just been like, oh, there it is. The sketchbook is open and ready for me to just doodle till my heart is content. this is probably where I'm my happiest at, I think, is when I'm drawing. I wonder why that is. Is it an escape? Obviously, I have a large imagination. It's an escape. It gets me attention. I don't do it for the money, really. I do it for the accolades. Not that there was money involved to begin with, but, you know, the accolades are nice too. Thanks, Mom. Glad you liked it. Okay, a little time lapse in there. Try to usher it along. Boy, it got dark outside. It's not good on days that you're trying to film with no lights. I don't remember the last thing I said on camera was. I should go and review the footage so I can be current, but I don't want to do that now. It's really dark in here. I don't think it's supposed to rain today. I got a few text messages and I checked my phone and I was like, well, I'll do a time lapse because, you know, I don't need to show all this stuff. Just kind of mix it up a little bit. But then I got in my head and I can't even remember what I was talking about. There's something about pens or something. Hot Wheels, toys, woodworking. I'm trying to figure out what these hollow beings represent to me. They seem to be becoming more prevalent in my drawings. And I know it has something to do with windows and being open and having lots of opportunity and things like that, but I think there's more to it. I'm trying to be very conscientious of what it is that my subconscious is trying to tell me, because obviously it knows more than I do. I being we, or me. Me, yeah. I've been trying to keep a dream journal. Not like a paper one. I write my notes down in my phone a lot of times. because I have it with me all the time. Such a great tool. This light keeps acting up too. My wife said her lamp wasn't working the other day, and she asked where some bulbs were, and I told her where a bulb was, and she went down and got a bulb, and she put that in, and it wasn't working. And I checked out the lamp. I was like, well, I mean, it was working, and I don't see any damage to the cord or anything like that. So I just went over into the living room and got a light that was in a fixture that was working, stuck it in there, and it's working. Like, well, this one must not be working, you know. And but I plugged it into the lamp in the living room also, or it's actually the ceiling fan, and it didn't work. And it's one of those halogen bulbs, but I could hear something rattling around in it, and when I threw it in the trash, it lit up for a moment. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna burn the house down. I just realized you're not supposed to throw those away like that, are you? You're supposed to recycle them. I don't think that I ever have, honestly. I dig this cityscape with the forest in it. I don't know what my subconscious is trying to tell me about that. I need a vacation. I do need a vacation. I need to house sit some more or something. As much as I like doing that, I don't think I want to do that all the time. This is what I'd like to do all the time. Draw my pictures, make my stuff. I know I've said several times I like these pens, but they don't last long. And I have not tried to refill any of these like I have some of my other pens. I wonder if it comes loose there. You know what? It seems like they're fighting. If you turn it down this way, is the ink going this way? If you turn it down this way, is the ink going this way? It looks like it would come apart right there. If I try to refill these, I will show it. And I wonder if I shouldn't buy one for the brush and just one for the other end. If you're just read my mind. You know what I'm trying to say. If you have it turned this way and the ink is going this way, and then you turn it the other way and the ink is going that way, isn't it working against itself? Is it just a gimmick? I did order some fountain pens to play with. I want to play with different pens, but the brush pen is like one of my favorites. I probably should paint. A lot of people think that my drawings are paintings anyway when I color them. I need to make money making my art. I don't know how to do that. I never have figured it out. I'm trying different things. Buy stuff from my Redbubble store. Buy some stickers. Buy stuff off of my eBay store. I probably don't have a link in that anymore. I probably should link that. It's mostly toys. I used to sell clothes, and there still are some clothes on there. And I would sell just about anything that would make me money on it. But I decided to change it to all toys. Like, you know, trying to live the life I want to live, not what is expected. But you still have to think about what's profitable when you do stuff like that. Toys are probably not the most profitable. It takes a lot of effort and research. If you want to make money on eBay, sell clothes. Clothes will sell. Everybody wears clothes. Well, most everybody. Not everyone buys toys. But that's something I've gotten into, and it's enjoyable, it's fun. Might be too much of a distraction sometimes, but I'm bound and determined to make money doing the things that I like to do, because I love delivering food, let me tell you. That's sarcasm. Waka waka. My granddaughter loves the Muppets. Is it Muppet Babies now, or is it just Muppets? I don't know. But she's told jokes and says waka waka after them, and I've done that forever. So when I heard her doing that, that just tickled me to death. Waka waka. You'll probably hear me say that if I haven't already said it. And I don't necessarily mean it's a bad joke when I do it. I'm just as oblivious as Fozzie. You know, my thought process of how the artwork comes out is different when I'm talking, because I know I'm missing some elements that my subconscious wants in here. And I'm thinking about what I'm saying. Instead of looking for that vision. And I'm not exactly sure why I'm compelled to narrate some of these. Just trying to be personable, I guess, or be successful and being open and honest. Is that making my process more difficult for me? The world may never know. I'm trying to... This is distracting me. It's making me think I need to use elements that I used in this. And then I'm like, well, maybe I should use elements that I used in this, because these are basically the same characters. And I feel like I'm ripping someone off. Who is it? Who am I ripping off here? Or is this an amalgamation of my life's experiences? Look at this big bruise. I didn't realize it until earlier, that when I had blood drawn at the doctor's, that they bruised me. She stuck it in and she was wiggling it all around. This is the first time this has ever happened to me. I think the camera's still on. Yeah. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to make, this is going to be like a mountain range. I love putting mountains in my drawings. Not really much of a mountain man, but you know, I love it out west. I'm living this Midwest lifestyle from as far north in the south as you can go. Well, that might not be true. How far north, or how far, what in your opinion is the most northern part of the South? I don't know. I've been all over though. And I really do like it out west. I don't think I want to live out west, but I've always enjoyed visiting there. And mainly because, you know, my family is closer to here. Not that I live close to my family, but I live closer to my family than I would if I lived out west. Oh yeah, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. There we go. Nothing like having some nice fluffy clouds. Think this would make a good t-shirt, or this one? I really like this one. Should that go on a shirt? Put it in my Redbubble store. I know I'm sporadic. I am starting to get a headache. I think I'm going to end this one here. I might color it and add on like I did the one video. Just make a full length. If I don't, I'm sorry. And I promise I will be just as unfocused next time. Thanks for watching. I hope everyone has a great day. Talk to you later.